Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Mech Merlin stream. See quite a few people joining in. A Seitong, FitLab, Wilford, and Tatay Mo. Thanks, guys, for joining in at the very start. As you may have noticed, these have not been happening very often, mainly because the temperatures have been rising here in Seattle, and unfortunately, my equipment just can't deal with that rise in temperature. But tonight seems like it's going to be a relatively cool, chill night. So hopefully everything runs smoothly, but you guys will be here to find out if any of that fails. For those of you joining in for the very first time, welcome to the hopefully weekly news segment where we talk about all ending and starting group buys for the following week. This specific episode covers anything tonight, June 25th, all the way till this Saturday, July 1st, and we try to talk about keyboards, keycaps, pretty much all the group buys that are happening for the week. So without further ado, let's begin with our ending group buys. Here we go. First ending group buy expires in 2 days. This is a key set from DMK Jade, expiring on the 27th. Check it out. I'm not exactly sure if I would necessarily call this Jade. I feel like Jade needs to be a darker color, but it is still green, as you guys can see here. This has a base kit starting at $125. You can choose base kit green, base kit white. You also have your numpad, short spacebar, novel kits or novelty kits, text kit. You even have a mouse pad and all that. But if you would like to buy everything all together, you do have an all-in-one option going for $317. So yeah, you still do need to add in the switches if you wanted to do that, and the mouse pad. And check this out, guys. There is a blind box A and a blind box B. I think that's pretty funny. You don't know which one you'll get. That guy says minty. I would agree with you on that. The green seems more minty than jade. Jade, I feel like if they had used a darker jade, it would have worked out much nicer. So yeah, this one is a DMK set. They do not actually state when the order will be delivered, but it is $317 and expiring on the 27th. So let's check it out. Check it out if you guys are interested. But let's check out a few of these renders first. Look at that. Yeah, I still maintain it needs to be a darker green, but I do get why it's called Jade. Keycaps card from Jade, that would be a very expensive keycap set. Like, I could imagine like artisans carved with Jade, but maybe not. Yeah, maybe not the entire key set, right? That might be a little too much. But you've also got Jade switches, if you so desire to go this direction. Well, it looks like a pretty decent set. But yeah, once again, that expires 2 days from now on the 27th. Go check it out, Alright, okay, next set that expires is expiring the following day on the 28th. This one is from Drop. This is probably like the 5th time that this set has gone on sale, but it is an MT3 set, specifically the Dev TTY, expiring on the 28th. This was actually the very first MT3 set that I purchased. And unfortunately, I am not a big fan of MT3. I think they are a little too grippy for my fingers. I feel like every time I try to type faster, it kind of slows me down. And when that happens, I tend to make more mistakes. But your mileage may vary. I do quite enjoy the colorway here. Only this was not MT3, I would have bought like another one. But yeah, this starts off at $89. And this is a very large keycap set. You can see the drop down on the screen here. You have like 40s ortho, and then you have Triumph versus the regular colors. Then you have an Apple kit, because there are 2 colorways, right? And you also have like the international kit, then lost and found kit. So many different kits. If you were to buy each and every single one of them, you're looking to spend a grand total of $599. So yeah, $599 to go all in, but only $89 for the base kit. Yeah, out of curiosity, how many people in chat regularly use MT3 or really like MT3? I'm very curious. I have a set that I use, says Varja. crackinwhyse says, I used to, it's been a while. Niden says, haven't tried, not really interested. FitLab says, I like MT3, but I've been using GMK, nice. Seitong says, I'm using the Camarillo or something like that. It's my first key set, my first build, but waiting on other newer things to come in. Mr. Zero says, my workboard is MT3, but yeah, it's slow. I'm also not a big fan of the font on the MT3, but there are people out there who really love MT3 where it's super comfortable for them. So like I said, your mileage may vary. And yeah, this guy expires on the 28th. So once again, $89 to get the base kit and almost just about $600 to buy every single kit. If you do like MT3, but you do not like this specific colorway, you're kind of a blacked out kind of guy, check out MT3 ABS Darkness, also expiring on the same day. MT3 Darkness starts off with the same base kit of $89, but as you can see, there are only 4 kits to this key set. So if you were to buy all of them, you're looking at $202 all in. Barely see the legends on any of these. It's like black on black or gray on black right here. Base kit does cover quite a few different layouts, including split spacebar. We've also got extras and different spacebars as well. A couple renders here. Look at that. Yeah, this also expires on the 28th, and I would imagine has a very similar shipping date. Let me look at the very bottom. Usually drops us. Oh, there we go. I guess it expires and ships on the same day, June 28th, 2023 Pacific time. You're $89 or $202 to go all in. All right. As far as I know, those are the only key sets that are expiring this week. The rest of this week's expiring group buys are all keyboards. Here we go. Let's start off with a keyboard that I was really hoping to get a review sample of, but I guess it just didn't work out. But this is Keepfront. If you guys have been watching this stream, at least for the last 2 weeks, you may have noticed that Keepfront actually joined in and asked to contact me. But unfortunately, this stuff didn't come through. The Vanguard is supposed to expire on the 24th, but if you go to the actual website, it seems like it's still going. So for $275 or $274.99, you get a pretty fancy 65%. I say it's fancy because not only does it have the typical 65% layout and an exploded rightmost column, you also have a rotary encoder and a slider, as you guys can see from this picture here. I actually think this board is absolutely beautiful, along with the underglow that you guys can see. Not that I have like a very common use case for my rotary knob or for a slider. I just think like seeing a board like this is pretty cool, because I don't have a board that has both of these knobs quite yet. This is a nice 65% board with some very creative and nice design elements that are as functional as they're attractive. That is a very good way to put it. 275 at its base, but of course, depending on your configuration, for example, if you were to add a engraving to your slider notch engraving, it does bump up the price by about $10 to $285. Other than that, you know, you can choose between your polycarb bottom or full-on aluminum back. You can change your color. The price remains mostly the same. I would highly recommend getting the PC bottom for this, especially since it's got such beautiful underglow, as you guys can see here. Yeah, estimated time of delivery is Q4 2023, hopefully just in time for Christmas. Out of curiosity, has anyone ever used, or if you were to buy this board, what would you use the slider for? Very curious to see what creative options people have. Wolford says, I feel like I might bump the slider and blow out my speakers with max volume. I could see that. Maybe not make it your volume knob then. It's supposed to have expired yesterday on the 24th, but the page is still going. You can still add to cart. So maybe this week. We'll see. We shall see. Let's see. I'd use for zoom function for my Adobe apps, says crackinwhyse. Oh, that is very creative. Sorana says lights up my room. Not sure if how we could integrate that with QMK, but that would be excellent. Barugi subscribed to tier 1, 31 months, dude, on a 31-month streak. Thank you so much. Wow. Crucified Poo says brightness slider can be helpful in video or especially photo editing with regards to color editing and other details like that. If the slider could reset to 0, it would be useful for editing apps. Oh, interesting. Could maybe set it as a dimmer for smart bulb, but I'd probably just end up using it as a fidget toy. I know, right? Or just like have no functionality, so you can just like move it up and down, move it up and down. Yeah, I'm sure people would do that. If it were me, on my previous board that had a rotary encoder, I used the rotary encoder to switch between workspaces. So I would most likely use it as a volume knob, but you know, I do tend to worry that what if I actually bump it and like move the volume up and down, right? So not so sure. FitLab subscribed at tier 1, 18 months, 1.5 years backing me here. You also housed me and fed me, so thank you so very much. How fast the time has flown indeed. But yeah, check out this board. It could expire anytime this week, but once you do buy it, expect a Q4 2023 delivery. So yeah, I'm keeping the original date. Okay, when I paste it there in chat, just in case people see it. All right, this next one is on the KFA store. This one's another very interesting board that I've been paying attention to. This is the Class 60. Check it out. So you do have different options, but they're all 250. Based on your configuration though, you can go up to 395 bucks. See, the one that I would be most interested in is probably anodized gray. See, starting at 250. But yeah, this runs until the 30th, so we have quite some time. Well, 5 days really. You have several different options here, as you guys can see. You can choose your plate, and the price does go up when you pick brass, right? But then the biggest price hike comes when you choose the wired. Can you guys see my drop down here? No, you can't. You can't see the drop down. But here, if you look at the PCB tag here, the price goes up by almost $100 when you choose a wired capacitive PCB, which in my opinion is the biggest selling point of the Class 60. You can have a capacitive PCB. So yeah, you know, if you don't like HHKB, of course you can choose Win keyless or Win key. You can also choose between a mirror black PVD stainless steel weight or a sandblasted black PVD stainless steel weight. Yeah, looks like a pretty decent board and with huge bezels, as Tenor Madness said. Been debating if I should get the Class 60 or try for the Class 80 extras. I'm personally a bigger fan of smaller boards, not necessarily smaller in size, but smaller in layout. So I would pick the Class 60, even with its ginormous bezels. Capacitive PCB kit comes with EC housings and MX compatible stems too, so a pretty good indeed, a very good value indeed. See, assembly weight 2.4 kilograms, very nice. And it's also wireless. Comes with or if you choose the wireless option, the Bluetooth option will come with a 3100 milliamp hour battery. Very cool. Larger in layout, says Nighten. There we go. What is an advantage of the wired capacitive PCB? If you like the feel of Topra, you know, and you don't really like the typical MX type feel, but you do want to keep like your MX keycaps on it, then you can try that. Yeah, it looks like a pretty decent looking board. Personally, I am not a Topra user. It's not that I haven't tried. I've tried very hard. There were some that I liked, such as the, which one was it? It was the Cooler Master TKL, the first OEM factory board that allowed you to use MX keycaps on a Topra board. That's really the only one that I really liked. You know, but ever since then, just haven't found one that I liked. Yeah, this one expires on the 30th. Base kit 250. Going all in is 395. Alright, let's see. The next item on our list that is expiring. Now this one's a big one and is actually the most expensive keyboard that we're talking about this week. This one is the Boston. This one expires on July 1st, this coming Saturday. Check it out. The Boston, the aluminum Boston, forgive me, that is in Canadian dollars, that is roughly 600 bucks. 7.99 Canadian is roughly 600 US dollars, and it's running till the end of June 30th, or July 1st, or I guess July 1st, end of June, or until MOQ is reached. But check that out, guys. Look at that board. That is essentially a 96 key with two function rows, and a rotary encoder. Check out how big that is, guys. That's that reminds me of one of the early Cherry MX boards. Let's see if I can dig it up really quick. Is it the Cherry MX 8100? The board is a little over the top. This would cover my entire desk. It's not really full size. It is still smaller than a full size board. It's just not. The compatibility, you can even do split spacebar on this, and all the usual splits. You also have a hot swap variant. The hot swap variant still allows you to do split spacebar and a couple of the other usual variants. Yeah, $600, 120% monster, if you will. 3 kilograms built. You have lock LEDs and RGB layer indicator lights. Very nice. I really like RGB indicator lights. Where are those? Can we see them? Oh, look at that. It's right on top of the backspace key. Those are the indicator lights. Very nice. Extra PCBs and plates can be purchased here. Nice. What else? Solder PCB and hot swap PCB, web app remapping and encoder support with Vial, USB-C with S1 daughter board, top mounted FR4 or aluminum plate, Alps encoder and aluminum knob included. Ooh, split spacebar support. Cool. You do have your choice between black, silver, or raw aluminum if you guys want to do some of that patinaing yourself. Is that a word? Patinaing? Or is it just oxidization? Plate, black FR4 or black aluminum. You can choose between the black and silver knob. But yeah, this one expires on the 1st and is $608. The last keyboard we're talking about is also expiring on the 1st. This one's super interesting. It shows expected fulfillment in Q4. Oh, there we go. Perfect. This one is the OC62. For 390 bucks, you can choose either an HHKB or Win keyless configuration. But yeah, this is you can choose between 3 colorways. This is a 60% board. Blackberry limestone or silver anodized. K screws, weight screws. Does not come with a PCB. Interesting. So you will still have to buy this on top of the $390 price. But I think it looks beautiful. Look at that back weight is nice. Personally, I am done with 60s, so this is not a board I would personally buy. But I do think it's pretty good looking. Let's see, branded carrying case and branded microfiber bag, very cool. There's blackberry, limestone, and silver. I think the limestone is such a rare color. If I were to buy this board, I would go for the limestone configuration in Win keyless. But yeah, check it out. This guy expires on the 1st, so we have quite a few days left. 6 days to be exact. And as far as I know, at least until the audience group buy section, those are the only group buys that are expiring for this week. Once again, just a quick recap. That is DMK Jade, MT3 Dev TTY, MT3 Darkness followed by the Vanguard 65, followed by the Class 60, followed by the Boston, the aluminum Boston, and then last but not the least, the OC62. Out of all of these group buy items that are expiring for the week, which one is the audience most interested in? Let me know in the chat. See, Burring Owl says OC62, nice, 60% person I see there. Knighton says none, I need to save up. Frank says almost got in on the OC but ended up getting a Forever, beautiful. Oh yeah, those were in stock, right? The extra sale. Hopefully you caught my build stream of one. Kajata is also going for the OC. crackinwhyse says none of the above, wallet saved. It's hard to choose. I honestly think that the lubed OC62 keyboard, this looks the nicest to me, but I'm not a 60% user anymore. The next nicest would be the Vanguard 65. This actually looks beautiful to me. It's not as nice looking as the OC in my opinion, but what draws me to the Vanguard 65 is both the rotary encoder and the slider. Yeah, if anything, I'd probably go with this Vanguard 65. In terms of key sets, honestly, I'm not a fan of MT3, so those are out of the question. And DMK Jade is just not Jade enough for me. If you wanted to buy everything I talked about and buying the premium options for all of them, buying the entirety of a key set, not just the base kit, but every single kit in the key set, you are looking to spend a grand total of $2,796. That is the highest it's been in a long while. That is $2,796. And don't forget, you still have to pay for shipping, taxes, and any applicable custom fees. So it's more like gonna be maybe $3,500. The highest it's been in quite some time. Let's talk about missed group buys. So obviously I have not been here for the last couple of weeks, so I'm not gonna go through 3 weeks worth of content. I did find stuff that was, happened last week, and I personally thought was interesting. So we will only cover those items. Starting with a key set, also from Divinikey. Here we go. This one is Silent Plateau. This one looks a whole lot better than the GMK Jade, in my opinion. Oh, look at this. This guy starts off at $105 for the base, and of course, if you wanted to go all in, you're looking to spend $205. I'm a big fan of the color blue, so something like this definitely speaks to me. That you got LED caps, so this allows the LED to shine through. This of course means that your LED has to be south facing. It can't be like north facing. Yeah, look at that. You've also got your numpad, you got your ISO, spacebar, LED caps, alpha kit. So do they have any more renders here? Or is it just... There we go, one more render. Yeah, that's a pretty good looking set if you ask me. Yeah, I've yet to buy a DMK set. I keep saying that I will, but I'm always like, Even after seeing FitLab's DMK set, I was just like, yeah, this looks good, but I ended up not buying it. Like, the one I wanted to buy was Silent C, DMK Silent C. This one's like Silent Plateau, silent everything. And if you do buy it, you are looking at an estimated delivery time of December 2023. Silent FitLab, there we go. Yeah, check it out. We did miss this from last week, so this guy expires on July 16th. So we have quite a lot of time. I will talk about it once again once we get closer to the expiration date. All right, the next one that we missed is also on lube switches. And this one's a keyboard. This one expires on the 6th. This is the Violetta. Violetta, see? What draws me to this board is this is an F-rollless TKL of sorts. And I I'm not a big fan of TKLs, but I'm a big fan of F-rolless TKLs, which is kind of like, I'm like, huh? Why do I like that? I'm not sure. But for $349, this is what you get. You can choose your layout. You can choose WinKey, WinKeyless, or HHKB. Here, let's go through a couple of these vendors. You'll also notice that the Numbro, it's not like your typical Numbro. It is separated out by what looks to be 0.25U. It's like an exploded Numbro of sorts, and the navigation cluster is also exploded. So kind of weird looking, but I do like it. Beautiful bottom right there. Looks like it's available in 5 different colorways. And you are expecting a delivery time of Q4 2023. Okay, other things about this. You can choose your weight. Matte PVD stainless steel, mirrored PVD stainless steel, or regular aluminum. If you do choose the aforementioned PVD options, it does bring the price up by 60 bucks. You can choose between a soldered and hot swap PCB. Hot swap is also $10 more expensive. Piping angle of 8 degrees, front height 19 millimeters. And yeah, PCB designed by Tabco, VIA compatible. Expires on the 6th, so we will be talking about this next week on like next week's show as well. It will make an appearance once again. Let's talk about starting group buys. We don't have too many starting this week. We have one starting today or tomorrow actually. Here, this one is Cherry Trailblazer. This is another Aloha KB factory and vendor. Check it out. Running from June 25th today till July 25th, and estimated fulfillment time Q3 of 2023. Cherry profile, of course. Is this a PBT set? Price is going to be $79 USD for the all-in-one set. White alphas are 25, and the Nord UK is 29. And if you're here in the United States, the vendor of choice is Divinikey. That is, I believe this is the all-in-one set. Let's see, the base kit seems to support, yeah, that's pretty much your most common layouts. Yeah, this is a set that will be available on Divinikey starting today, I believe. Meep, there we go. Subscribe for 5 months, currently in a 5-month streak. Dude, thank you so much. I hope you saw my cats that I just pulled in like literally seconds ago. But there we go. Yeah, thank you, Meep. There we go. Let's look at a couple more of these vendors. Gray alphas and white mods. I typically prefer darker mods and lighter alphas, but the fact that both of these colors are so light and so similar, there's like cat hair floating around. Seitong says, I pre-ordered the Trailblazer wrist reset. There we go. Meep says, see you there. Yes, you will indeed see me there. Merlin, come to the NK meetup, the Novel Keys meetup. That's going to be in Morgantown again, right? We'll see. There's only a select number of meetups I can go to, especially since I'm doing other family trips this year. The Jelly Epic right there. Nice. A fairly decent looking set, to be honest, and for $79, you know, it's obviously not going to be like the best. But look at that base kit, guys. That is some big support for 79 bucks. That's cheaper than EPBT. That's cheaper than PBT fans even. Highly consider it if you like those colors. This one begins today and runs till July 25th. Alright, the only other group buy that I know that's starting is a keyboard. There we go. This one is the, hopefully I can pronounce it correctly. This one starts on the 1st. Leviatan. There we go. All the way on Canon keys for 380 bucks. This is what you get, guys. I feel like 60% are making a comeback. So yeah, once again, you can choose between WinKey, WinKeyless, and HHKB. In this situation, you can choose between beige and gray. Your kitted mounting style can either be plateless leaf spring gasket or top mount with your choice of FR4 or alu plate. It's interesting that they call it full plate, because that would imply that there may be half plates available. It's kind of similar to the OC62, but more straight instead of curvy. Also more expensive. In terms of aesthetics, I do prefer the OC62 more. Generic to me. Like generic not in a bad way, just like classic, I guess. Classic is a better term than generic. Like the board's design overall. Yeah, I would still choose the OC62 over this. So yeah, its base configuration is 375. If you picked the more expensive configuration, it does bring it up to 425 bucks. And this board delivers in Q1 2024. Let's see, first time chat, Synthetic 7. Hey! OC62 co-designer here. Typing angle 7.2. Specs on Geekhack. Sorry, the product page was a little lacking on detail. There we go. Thank you for dropping by. Let's see. Does it include plate PCB though? Yes, this does include the plate PCB. So I guess the price kind of works out when compared with the OC62. Synthetic says, thank you for the kind words. No problem. Thanks for adding that additional detail. There we go. Yeah, look at this one. But yeah, this guy starts on the 1st. So if you guys are interested, definitely go line up at Cannon Keys when the day arrives. OC works with any H60 type PCB. There we go. I'm always a big fan of Heine designed PCBs. In fact, Heine designed the PCB in my favorite keyboard of all time. As far as I know, those two are the only starting group buys. Once again, that's Cherry Trailblazer from Aloha KB and the Leviatan over on Cannon Keys. If you think I missed something this week, now is the time to send me a whisper, but do pay attention to some of the caveats here. Make sure it's only a group buy and that it's either starting or ending for this week. This week being anything tonight, June 25th, till Saturday, July 1st. The Cycle 7 by TKD on ClickClack. So yeah, apparently this is a Vertex and Equals board. Both companies are very well renowned in their own right. But check it out. Gasket beam, gasket strip, PCB cut plugs. Yeah, in fact, the board that I'm using right now is also a ClickClack board. Like, basically, I feel like if it shows up on ClickClack, it's got this certain standard. Actually, pretty much every board I've seen on ClickClack has been aesthetically pleasing to me. Now check it out. Cycle 7 comes standard with various types of foam. Nice. Also wired and wireless. Here, let me actually paste that in chat so you guys can follow along. Cool. What is TKD coding? The TKD coding, which is an electrostatic coding process. Interesting. Cool. You have a battery cover. And yeah, check out the price, guys. It's really not an expensive board. Most expensive thing here is 180 bucks. Like, of course, you know, that's all things relative. It's affordable when compared to the rest of the custom market. Let's put it that way. Yeah, if you guys are looking for an effortless TKL, this might just be it. I might actually buy one just because I could use another effortless TKL. Since I traded my Tenet away, since I just didn't like it all that much. But here we go. Let me put this in the chat or in the audience group buy section. This was the TKD Cycle 7 sent by cpthebrick. There we go. The QK100, according to crackinwhyse, it starts on June 30th. As you guys can see, this is a 96 keyboard. Look at that. QK100. I have been a big fan of the QK series, and I'm glad that they're expanding their boards. QK100 is legit as hell, for sure, for sure. Where is the price? Give me a price. Search for $. There you go. Starting from $150. That is a very, very good sell. Very nice. Starting from $150. And I guess it can only go up from there. Looks like you have yellow. Ooh. As you guys can see, I am wearing yellow today. Yellow is my favorite color. Maybe I'll pick up one of these. There are like 200,000 different ways to build the QK100. Yeah, that's a funny thing. When we were talking, when I was building this guy, this is the Aeroboard 70. There are many ways to build it too, and I was talking with the chat saying that for human psychology, the more options that you are given, when you finally do pick one of those options, the less confident you are about your choice. It's just human psychology, unfortunately. So sometimes I wonder, I'm just like, are we just making people unsure about their decisions when boards have all of these different configurations? I don't know. Synthetic says, I can't compete. Decision paralysis and also buyer's regret. Yeah, that's true. Is a drop sale? Yeah, sure. As long as it's a group buy and it's happening this week, it's worth putting through. Looks like it's a newer Odin. It is called the Tet. Oh yeah, the Tet. Look at that PVD stainless steel. That's actually pretty nice. Yeah, I would be interested in this. I have a couple friends who don't like smaller boards. They still prefer full size, but not your typical full size where the navigation keys and the arrow keys and the numpad are all like sequential. So I think this thing would work out pretty well for them. Here, I don't think I put that in chat yet, but let me put it here. This is from crackinwhyse. This is another one from crackinwhyse. There we go, from crackinwhyse. Wait, GMK MTNU, so shouldn't this be on Novel Keys? I bet it's on Novel Keys. But crackinwhyse sent me... Here. This is MTNU. This is GMK's new profile. I didn't realize it was ending on the 30th. There we go. MTNU Susu, which is their PBT double shot keycaps. And you can pick your kit. You got your base kit starting at 99 bucks. Base kit only covers TKL, but does cover the most common layout, including a split spacebar design, which is really cool. Yeah, this is MTNU Susu, but it looks very much like Dolch to me. Very cool. Let's see what else do they have here. They got extras. Hey, it's pretty full featured. Numpad, monotone, international, and mad typist. Very nice. Good colors with bright red accent. Yeah, this is very much like Dolch. crackinwhyse says, sorry, I've been buying from Desk Hero a lot these days. No problem. Yeah, this is GMK's new profile. GMK doesn't just make cherry profile. This is their newest profile out here. And it is PBT. PBT and double shot, which is very cool. Let me actually paste the novel keys in here. And I'll update our little thing here. GMK MTNU Susu. Cool. Alright, looks like no one else is sending me things, so audience group buy, we got, here we go, that was something else. For audience group buy, we got the TKD Cycle 7 sold on ClickClack, submitted by cpthebrick. This is a F-Rollless TKL. Pretty cool. If you guys are interested, definitely check it out. It's also a fairly affordable board too. I believe when I looked at it, it was like starting at 170 bucks. Then of course there's the QK100 as well, also starting at a very low, under 200 bucks. Sent by crackinwhyse. And last but not the least was also sent by crackinwhyse, GMK's new profile, MTNU Susu. If you guys are curious about this profile, definitely check it out. It is not ABS, it is PBT. Yeah, check it all out. This stream will go on YouTube on Tuesday morning, so you guys can watch a cut down version of that. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys have a good start to your week, and buy more keyboards. All right, everyone. Have a good night. Bye-bye.